For any of you who are intrigued with the epoch time frame involving 2012, I believe you may find this conversation with Gregg Braden one of the most satisfying yet. As a man of science, Gregg has dug deeply into the lore and science supporting the notion that a great cycle of change is playing out. This is augmented by a math technology that shows relationships between seed events and repeated events. In this mix is human choice. It's our choice, according to Gregg, as to the outcome of the 2012 phenomena.
When I look at the eloquence and the simplicity of the visual maps of the cycles, of the pictograms, for example, the Hopi, the Prophecy Rock, and how eloquent these messages are and how well they've been preserved and how meaningful they are to us today, I am in awe of the ability of our ancestors to convey this message. But what they told us was they said, your world's going to change. And we can tell you that the world will change. What we cannot tell you is how the outcome will look to you, because it's being determined by you, people of our future. You are choosing by the way you live your lives in response to the changes. You are determining how well you survive and transcend what those changes mean to you. And here's why this is important, and this is the bottom line for me of everything we're doing. When we know where to look into the cycles of the past, and we'll talk about this a little bit, through the geologic history of the Earth, the ice cores, the seafloor sediment cores, that tells us the physical changes that happen to the planet. When we know where to look in the archaeological record, it tells us how civilizations responded to those changes. And what we begin to see, and this is so profound, is that some of the greatest civilizations in the history of this planet that we're aware of, they collapsed, and some of them disappeared when they reached the point in their cycle where we are in our cycle right now, because they made a fatal mistake then that I believe we can learn from and avoid now. And the mistake was this: in the presence of the changes that seemed anomalous to them, much as the changes seem anomalous to us today, and in their fear of what those changes meant, and not knowing how to respond, they reacted by competing with one another. They said, there's not enough, everything's changing, there's not enough of a resource to go around. We're going to grab the last vestiges of what we can claim for ourselves, and everybody else is on their own.
Fear and competition.
Fear and competition. And those are the civilizations that collapsed. Everybody lost, nobody won, and they disappeared. We've got archaeological evidence on the border right now between India and Pakistan, what is now Pakistan, on the Rajasthan plains, advanced civilization, highly advanced civilization, hot and cold running water, closed sewage systems. Their cities were laid out on perfect grids. They had advanced language, mathematics, architecture, science. They had glass windows. They disappeared.
This is a fabulous journey into the evidence for great changes and our need to respond maturely. For the full-length interview, go to ConsciousMediaNetwork.com.